Okay. Hello. As you've heard in the last two videos, my name's Damien. I am a struggling actor who fancies himself a critic of movies because I find myself watching uh, more than I'm doing. um, Movies and television. I think I just said movies, but let's get right into it. This review is on King Richard. I have a runny nose, so forgive me if I use a tissue. In the first two videos, at least the first one, I know for sure I was doing this a lot, and if anybody ever watches these, you're gonna think I was picking my nose. So figured might as well stop doing that. So King Richard, I watched this a while ago, but just kind of going on the list now, seeing how many I can bust out. General synopsis. A look at how tennis superstars Venus and Serena Williams became who they are after the coaching from their father, Richard Williams. As we all know, anybody who's seen the movie or heard about it knows it's all about Will Smith. He plays Serena and Venus Williams' father, who I don't know about anybody else, but I was like, nobody in my circle ever knew about how they were brought up or how interesting that was or anything like that. And so for this story to just be kind of getting out there and not have any I don't even know how to even describe it. It's like I don't know how this was something that we didn't hear about until the movie came out. It's like this is a story that after seeing it, I was like, how is this not something that people have been saying? We need a movie for years everywhere. I think it's so crazy because Serena Williams and Venus Williams. I mean, obviously Serena Williams is more well known, just widely, right? As like the GOAT when it comes to tennis, just overall. And so it's like for her backstory and her background and her upbringing not to be super well known was like I don't know, surprising for me, I guess. It's like LeBron's backstory is super well known, like where he comes from and everything else, and even like Michael Jordan. I'm just going basketball because I'm a basketball fan. Anyway, so movie review, great ensemble just in general. I think the cast is super, super well, and I think that was very important and super integral to the story being, I don't want to say appropriately told, but told, I don't know. A movie like this could have easily fallen under the umbrella of like any other sports film, and they went really against the grain without going against the grain, where it's like the plot, the layout, and everything was exactly the same, but the casting alone, I think, changed the whole dynamic. I think the way the characters were portrayed, the intricacies in which every actor in this played the character, and how honestly they were played. I sound so pretentious the way I'm talking with this one, but just again, I think the casting just really put this one over the top for me. Again, the story, I know I leaned into that already. It's an incredible story, so I think it was very easy to be interesting. And so that's not surprising at all. Let's see the score. Oh my goodness. The score for this was top of my list for this season. I think there were some really good scores this season for the movies. This film season, I guess you call it. And I enjoyed a lot of films' scores more than anything else. I think this one, as good as the movie was, the score was almost so good that I would pick that over everything else. I'm not sure, but it's just very sweeping. It's placed so well. There's not music scoring everything, but when you're hearing the scores at these very tense moments and these very high energy moments, and I loved it. The tennis scenes, finally, they didn't oversaturate it with what a lot of sports movies do, or not show enough of the scenes from the actual sports parts, or they show too much, and it's like like in the acting, it's just cuts of them playing basketball or playing baseball, tennis, whatever, football, soccer. Oh, I had to throw it in there. But with this, they had this perfect algorithm of just when they were going to show them playing, when they were going to show them training, and having it be part of the story and part of a scene, rather than just oh, we're going to cut to them playing tennis and then we're going to go back to the acting part and the movie part and everything. None of it felt forced. It was intertwined perfectly, and I loved it. All right, the performance reviews. Obviously, we're going to start off with Will Smith. It's his year to win an Oscar, in my opinion. I think, again, I haven't watched everything. I know there's some movies that still have some performances I have to watch that I don't know for my opinion personally, but I think from what I've seen and what I know in the critic circles are getting nominated and everything, I have seen basically all of them. And I know who's kind of at the top, and out of the ones at the top, I think Will Smith far and away is the most deserving. And I think especially with the fact that he hasn't gotten one, I'm not a huge fan of people getting an Oscar for the sake of having an Oscar and it's their time and everything else. But I think in this one, it's a befitting thing of like it's his time and his performance merits it. You know, like his performance shows that it's his time because he's finally put out something in a year where it's not touchable. You know, as far as what's again getting nominated or likely getting nominated. So I think that this is Will Smith's year for an Oscar, and I would be very, very happy and extremely. It'd be the most interesting Oscar acceptance speech. Let me re-say that. I'd be more excited for this Oscar speech than I have been for one in a long time, probably since DiCaprio finally won his. But I just this to be able to hear him actually get up there after all the. I know that he was kind of headlining the whole backlash with no black actors getting nominated not too long ago with Oscars. So for him to be the one who finally gets his is great. I think I would love to see it just because also I love Will Smith. Ingenue Ellis, so good. Just she's definitely getting a nomination, if not gonna win. I think that her performance merits a win for supporting actress, and I wouldn't be mad if you did. It's a hard category this year. There's a lot of great supporting actresses, but supporting actress nominees. Well, I know. But Ingenue Ellis is just heartbreaking and like heartwarming at the same time. Such again, I said this in my review of The Hand of God, where the actress to play the mother in that. Just some actresses just kind of encapsulate that motherly feeling, and it's like the thing is that you gotta kind of get the vibe of the whole family and like being the head of that table almost. And it's like as much as Will Smith's character is so big, it's like when it comes to the family, it's Ingenue Ellis, you know, where it's like when it comes to dinner, it's Ingenue Ellis. Will Smith trains them, but it's like she is the mother, she is the metaphorical tape that keeps that family together, glue tape. The glue that keeps that family together, and I love that. And then a very slept on one, and I think that probably will fly under the radar as far as awards acclamation, but definitely shouldn't. Is John Bernthal, who I think for years now has been putting out performances that merit more critical attention than he's been getting. But the dude this year has been busy with a lot of stuff, and this specifically I think was among a lot of his great performances was the best one. I think it's a character that he's not used to playing. He's usually kind of playing like tough, gritty characters, and he kind of plays a meek character in this one, and kind of a jovial, fun guy. And it's like he doesn't really have a backbone or a spine, and kind of just stays under the thumbprint of Will Smith's character. But I just think he kind of plays it to a T, and I really enjoyed it. And he's one of those characters where immediately he comes on screen, you kind of want to watch, where you're like excited about what he's going to do next. Even though it's a very like small things, but he's a very interesting character to watch, and just the traits that he picked up, and obviously picked up from the actual guy that he's playing. Fantastic. He did a great job, and I'd love to see him at some of these award shows. So going into my final opinions, love the movie. It's up there for my favorite movie of the year. Again, I haven't watched everything, so I can't say for sure, but it's definitely going to be in that thought for me when I come out with that video talking about my favorite movies of the year. Favorite score of the year, everything, all that kind of stuff. My favorite part, to be honest with you, there's so much. It's hard to go. It's probably a three-fer between John Bernthal, Will Smith, and the score. And I think the score might win out. I think it's a split between him and Will Smith. I think the two of them go hand in hand. I think they're two things that really put this movie over the top as far as just sports movie. My grade, I give it a 4.5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd, and I'm gonna keep it there. I think it's just maybe a smidgen away from perfect. I think it's just because there's certain things that when it comes down to that, it's just a matter of, is this one of my favorite movies of all time, and that's what's gonna give it that extra nudge. It's not, but that's frankly just a matter of opinion. So I think as far as just movie making and everything, I think this one, for what it went for, it hit every single mark and is perfect for what it wanted to do. And so 4.5 stars, that's my opinion. King Richard, available on HBO Max, which I know most people have for free, so watch. HBO Max isn't free, but if you have it, the movie's free. Please watch it. It's not in theaters anymore, so if you don't have HBO Max, wait for it to come on some other streaming site. And enjoy it. It is one of Will Smith's best of his career. I'm not sure if it is his best, but it's probably going to be his most critically acclaimed. So please, please, please go watch it. And if you watch this video, leave comments down below on what you think. Thank you for watching, and until my next video.